Hey everyone, welcome. This is Never Have I Had the Urge. According to Wikipedia, an urge is defined as a strong desire or impulse. This show is about the impulses we resist, the temptations we fall into, and the stories that define who we are when we say yes or when we say no. You know, it's that time of year again, folks, the holiday season, when people travel near and far to be with the ones they love, when kitchen tables fill with talk and laughter, the smell of turkeys and hams, casseroles and pies fill the entire house. The air outside carries that crisp, unmistakable chill and that faint hint of snow that only December can bring. Shopping bags line the backseat of cars. Everyone's hunting for the perfect tree. Front yards glow with string lights blinking in rhythm. Balloon Santas and reindeers, elves and snowmen sway gently in the cold wind. Even the delivery drivers seem a little more cheerful this time of year because every box they drop off might be something special, something meant to make someone smile. It's the season of giving, of joy, of anticipation, and dread. Because not everyone's feeling the holiday spirit. Somewhere between your order confirmation and your doorstep, there's someone else waiting, watching. Real life Jack Sparrows, Blackbeards, Captain Hooks, pirates, porch pirates to be exact. They don't see gifts, they see opportunities. And with the yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, that gift is gone. Just like that. The joy, the surprise, the moment you were saving for Christmas morning disappears. The holiday season can bring out the best in people, but it also can reveal some of the worst urges hiding in plain sight. I'm Victor Jimenez, and this is Never Have I Had the Urge to Be a Porch Pirate. Because even during the most wonderful time of the year, some urges don't come wrapped in ribbons, they come wrapped in greed. Gwinnett County, Georgia, June 2025. In a warehouse just off of Interstate 85, police make a discovery straight out of a holiday nightmare. Rows of boxes stacked to the ceiling, each filled with stolen packages, phones, laptop, game consoles, jewelry. Street value? More than $6 million. Authorities called it the largest porch pirate operation ever uncovered in the state. This wasn't a couple of kids lifting boxes off of doorsteps. It was organized crime, complete with luxury cars, cash, and firearms. Stealing a package once meant petty theft. Now it means racketeering. Because somewhere along the line, porch piracy stopped being impulse theft and it became big business. They tracked delivery trucks, intercepted shipments, used fake addresses and burner phones to reroute items before customers ever saw them. This wasn't about stealing gifts. It was about exploiting the system that delivers them and delivering them into someone else's hands. Not every porch pirate wears a mask or hides behind a warehouse. Sometimes it's just a person walking down the street who lets a moment of temptation win. That urge. A single box, a quick glance, a split-second decision to turn someone's joy into someone else's crime. Last December, a Ring camera in Kannapolis, North Carolina, captured a woman in a red hoodie taking a small box off a porch. Inside was a custom sweater for a 7-year-old girl. When the package never arrived, the mother checked the footage. "It isn't about the money," she said. "It's about the look on my daughter's face." That's the other side of porch piracy, the quiet damage, not the dollar value, but the loss of trust. And it's easy to say, it's just a package, until it's your package, until you're the one hitting refresh on that tracking link, watching it say delivered and realizing it never was. I know because it's happened to me. The music still plays, the lights still blink, but something feels off. A small piece of that Christmas magic is gone. Here's the reality. Package theft isn't a headline anymore. It's a year-round epidemic. In 2024, more than 120 million packages vanished, about 1.7 million a day. Nearly half of Americans have experienced it once, and every December the numbers spike. We've turned our front porches into surveillance zones, not because we want to spy, but because the world keeps walking up to our front steps. And if you think porch pirates don't know they're being watched, oh, they do. Some even wave at the camera. One thief in New Jersey made headlines for twerking before stealing someone's holiday lights. People fight back with glitter bombs and decoy boxes. A note left in New York read, "Smile, you're the reason Santa's on strike." It's a strange kind of modern warfare between cardboard and conscience. But here's the catch. Even with all the cameras and viral videos, most porch pirates are never caught. The loss gets written off, the package replaced, and life goes on. I remember when I first started online shopping. Just like a kid waiting to open his gifts on Christmas morning, I would eagerly watch for that delivery notification. 9 out of 10 times the package was always there. But on that 10th time, when it wasn't, that's when we lose the thrill. The magic is gone. Or maybe it's changed, just a little, but changed either way. So what are we really protecting? The package, the stuff inside, or the feeling that what we order will actually arrive? Maybe that's why it stings so much when it doesn't. Because it's not just about the theft, it's about the broken trust in a world that promises everything can show up at your door in an instant and disappear just that fast. Why do people steal? It's one of those questions that sounds simple until you try to answer it. Sometimes it's a neighbor, sometimes a coworker, sometimes even a relative, someone who, almost overnight, becomes a porch pirate and gets caught in person or on someone's Ring camera stealing packages. Psychologists call it opportunistic theft. Criminologists call it rational choice. But most of us know it as something else entirely. And on this podcast, we call it an urge. That flicker of a thought that says, no one's watching. It's right there. I could take it. No one will know. They'll get another one. Or the classic, they have more than I do. Or maybe the best one of all, my kids deserve a Christmas too. Those are the stories we tell to soften the sound of guilt. Because underneath every theft, there's a negotiation happening between the impulses we resist and the temptations we fall into, and the stories that define who we are when we act on them. Every story about a porch pirate ends the same way. A camera clip, a police report, an arrest photo. But what happens after that rarely makes the news. When the packages are gone and the lights disappear, what's left are people standing in the wreckage of a 5-minute decision. Marcus Hill, 32, from Charlotte, North Carolina, caught stealing a box that held children's boots. He told officers, "I just needed to feel like I got something this Christmas." That's the thing about urges. They rarely look like evil when you're the one feeling them. They look like need. Tina Rodriguez in Texas wrote a letter to the family whose package she stole. "I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about you. I was thinking about my kids. I told myself you'd get another one." Same story, different porch. The negotiation between don't and why not. Sometimes they get caught. Sometimes they don't. But they carry the weight anyway, because guilt has a way of delivering itself. No tracking number needed. And somewhere, a mother opens her door, and for once her package is there, untouched. And she doesn't realize that this tiny, ordinary moment is what mercy looks like. As a kid, I went to Catholic school, and with time I learned that confession isn't about forgiveness, it's about release. Admitting the urge, naming it for what it is, and allowing it to lose its power. Every December, I find myself looking out my window at the night sky, gazing at the stars above a snow-covered neighborhood that's finally quieted down, lights blinking and windows up and down the street, and for a moment, everything feels still, peaceful. I think about all those packages sitting on porches, little promises wrapped in cardboard and paper, fate that the world can deliver what it says it will. And I wonder if that's what the holidays are really built on. Trust. Trust that people we love will show up. Trust that what we send will reach who it's meant for. Trust that even after loss, there's still goodness waiting to be found. Maybe that's what they mean when they say, peace on earth and goodwill towards men. For every story of a porch pirate, there are dozens more of neighbors stepping in and stepping up. People returning something that isn't theirs. Strangers protecting strangers because it's the right thing to do. The truth is, temptation will always knock first, but so will kindness. And maybe the only difference between the two is which one we decide to open the door for first. Maybe that's what the true meaning of Christmas has always been about. Hope, redemption, love. Not the kind that comes in packages or gift wrap, but the kind that shows up in how we treat one another. Family, generosity, gratitude remind us that the light we celebrate in December is the same light we carry through the rest of the year. I'm Victor Jimenez, and this has been Never Have I Had the Urge to Be a Porch Pirate. And remember, behind every want lies an urge. Behind every urge, there's a need. Until next time, thanks for joining me on this episode of Never Have I Had the Urge. If this episode moved you, follow the show in your podcast app, rate and review to help others find us, and share this episode with someone who could use a little extra holiday hope. Have a story about an urge you faced or a porch pirate moment of your own? I'd love to hear it. Send a note or your voice message to hello@neverhaveihadtheurge.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads. Just search at Never Have I Had the Urge. All links and updates are in the show notes. This episode was written and produced by me, your host, Victor Jimenez, and edited by the lovely and talented Invisible Woman. So together, we thank you for listening. And from both of us, may your porch be safe, your heart full, and your holidays bright. Merry Christmas, and to all, a good night.